Hey everyone, it's me, King Jaw, and in this video I'll be talking about some games I've made that have voice acting in them. So, what is voice acting? Voice acting is when you use your voice in a video game, usually made to give a character a voice, or to have a voice simply just guide you through the game. In both of these games I did the latter, but in different ways. For example, in the first game, the voice is the commander who guides you on your mission. But in the second game, the voice is actually an evil robot who's trying to kill you. So let's get into some of this amazing voice acting. We're going to be starting with Space Adventure.
You know, sometimes the best way to get over your problems is to just get as far away from them as possible.
So the context in this is that there's a wall that's blocking your path to the portal, so what you have to try and do is find some way to get around it. So when he says sometimes the best way to get over your problems is to just get as far away from them as possible, it's a little clue to tell you how you're supposed to get over it. The actual solution is to simply just walk away from it and you'll screen wrap over. So pretty much the way the game works is that for every level there's a new gimmick, and each level has its own unique little thing. So I keep just making little puzzles with this across 4 levels. Anyways, that's enough of talking about Space Adventure. Now let's get into the second game, Break the Code. In Break the Code, you start out in this little room with a computer screen that talks to you. And if you go too far to the right, a giant claw will come down and grab you. However, after some time, the computer will give you some power-ups to play around with, which eventually leads to you escaping. In the next room, it starts this little box puzzle mechanic, where you can place boxes with E, and it's sort of like a little physics puzzle. It continues expanding on this mechanic for 2 more rooms before you go into the second part of the game. The code part of the game, where you're in the robot's code, is a lot different than the laid-back puzzle part. Instead of just solving puzzles, you have to go through these skill-based platformer challenges, and each one of them is pretty hard in my opinion. At the end, you can choose to delete the robot, and there's 2 endings, one where you delete the robot and one where you don't. To find out what happens in them, go play the game. Don't be lazy. So that's all I've got for you. So if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. If you didn't, be sure to leave a dislike and unsubscribe. Alright.